JB and I'm back with another JB's Radar episode. I am so excited to discuss this episode. I'm excited to talk about and do every episode because I'm always talking about different people, different creatives, and I always have just like something new and interesting and intriguing and exciting to talk about. So it's all the content people send me. There's so many different creatives out there that send me their stuff, trying to get that recognition, and it's just brilliant. I just love it so much. This is probably one of my favorite things that YouTube has helped me birth and helped me create. It's definitely this right here, talking about creatives. This is a series. You could be in the next episode. If you are a creative that wants your work showcased and put out there, if you want me to speak about your work and tell other people why they should listen to your work and, not even listen to your work or see your work, work with you. If you want me to, just literally gas you up, literally friggin' show you off on my channel, don't hesitate to send your work and your content, whatever it may be, as long as you are creative, to that email down below. There is a small fee, but if I pick you and you are willing to pay that fee, I'll be discussing your work in a JB's Radar episode. So the first creative I'm going to talk about in this episode is a creative called NOMAD CARLOS. Now he's like an underground kind of rapper. He's gotten a lot of recognition of recently. His recent album, The Psych, has been doing very well on Bandcamp. Has just under 1K, and he is from Kingston, Jamaica, if I'm correct. And he's someone that sent me his work earlier this month, and I really enjoyed it. It was such a good EP. Album, I should say. It was produced by a producer called The Artivist. He's a familiar name to me. He's also produced for some other like underground hip hop artists. He produced for NOMAD CARLOS a very excellent album. It's really good. I love the production throughout. If I'm going to comment on the production, I'm basically just going to be saying it's excellent. It has great samples in there, and the production creates like a kind of unnerving scene throughout the whole album, which is brilliant. But that unnerving kind of nature that the production creates, it complements NOMAD CARLOS's voice, because he's got quite an ominous voice. So it's nice to have such complementary production alongside his rapping in this album. So yeah, The Psyche was an album that came out this year. It's really otherworldly, really eerie, and really gritty. It's real good. I really feel like you guys need to check it out, One thing I really liked about NOMAD CARLOS is the fact that he's Caribbean, and I'm Caribbean as well, and I like to hear and see him, putting on his yardie voice occasionally, just, sprinkling in a little bit of that culture in there, not shying away from, rapping and, in his typical, voice and cadence, but, switching it up and showing that he has this other side of him that he's not scared to implement into his music and showcase in his music. It was excellent. I really like to hear that. And I like just when he just placed emphasis on his accent in that sense. It was really good. It just brings something different to his style, because we have rappers often, especially when it comes to hip-hop, a lot of American successful rappers. So we're used to hearing that American tone when we're listening to rap. Especially because many of the successful rappers in the world are American. So hearing that a bit, but also hearing some Caribbean accent, Jamaican accent in there is great. Is what I love. Is especially, of course, being Jamaican myself. In terms of the Psych album, there are many tunes I like from it, but my favorite ones are definitely Psych Gauge. I really liked Slice 'Em. Those two were definitely instant favorites for me. And when I listened to the Psyche album, I actually went back to listen to his Cypher album, which I think came in 2019. And that album is just as good as well. In fact, I added some good tunes from that album into my JB's Radar Spotify playlist, in which you guys can go and see some of my favorite tunes from creatives. If it's a creative that makes music, I will definitely be putting some of my favorite tunes in there for you. So it's going to be like a big collated playlist of all the people, if they are musical people, I've spoken about in my JB's Radar episodes. And his tunes from his recent EP and his EP last year, Cypher, are in there. My favorite ones from Cypher are Take These Gems and Facts. So now I've said my few favorite tunes, I'm going to play a few of them so that you guys can hear.
Healthy for the soul. When it's cold, I flick back to yard soil where the sun boil. Collect US currency and spend it. Motivate the youths and the man them what sell fruits. Do what you can for the loot. I check them for roots and boots.
This production just... Ooh, it's the flute for me.
Stay facts. Don't sound like you take crack. I don't got time to sit down debate raps. I hate cats with no trends, so y'all sound like a Drake trap. What you should do is take naps.
What you should do is take naps. Like he said, you need to rest. And I like the way he raps there. I like the beat, the flute, everything is real good. So those are the two songs I really like from the Psych. And then in terms of Cypher, I'm telling you right now, guys, this track called Facts is a real good track.
Yo, sometimes you just have to. Yo, ask me what I think about war, it's all business. Suits and ties. On the streets, though, it's guns and knives. It don't exist. If it did, why I gotta keep a pistol in the whip? Why I gotta have thoughts of arming up legally, wishing she was his bride? Ask me what I think about hate, the worst trait. If my mind wasn't right, facts.
Yeah.
Streets gave me all I write in this song.
I always bounce back and they never react. Facts.
One more track I'm going to play from him that I really liked from the album Cypher is Take These Gems.
Let's take these gems. The breeze, grab my keys to the BNZs. Seasons change except overseas. 96 degrees and gums before I saw guns, before I had funds. I'm the hero that's unsung. Now it's lump sums through.
He's very talented and very unique, and he adds something different to his work, and he's paired with a very good producer, The Artivist, to release a very good body of work called The Psych this 2020. So if you're going to check him out, definitely check out his most recent body of work. It's real good. I'm going to put the link in the description. Don't hesitate to check out NOMAD CARLOS. He is a very good rapper. To my next creative that I'm discussing, who is a producer called Tyrell from Washington, DC. Now this guy is real good. He sent me most recent project he's, worked on and collabed with another artist and producing, basically for them. He sent me that of recently, and when I listened to it, I was like, wow. This production is really, really, really good. So basically Tyrell is a music producer. He's got over 2K on Instagram, and as I've said, he is from Washington, DC. He's a very, very talented producer. The reason why I really liked him is because his production was very organic. Just slightly deviating from him though for a minute, he did produce for this very talented rapper called Mia Sparrow. They worked together on this new project called Dirty Gospel, which came out this year. And Dirty Gospel is a very good body of work. I like it. It's not like a religious body of work, but there is some religious concepts intertwined in there, making it a very good album, like basically on the overlooking life and discussing life and all its ups and downs and all the life lessons that you learn, basically. So it's a very what can I say, educating album in a sense. Has many perspectives in there, and Mia Sparrow is very talented. Now this episode isn't really about her because it's more about the producer, Tyrell, but because they're working together, I can't not discuss her as well. So she's very good, and what I liked about her is that she's just very good at perspective rap. She's very good at telling stories. She's got an oomph in the way she raps. There's like power and there's emphasis and there's like demand in her voice. It's like her voice demands you to listen to her. It's very, very good. When I heard her rapping over, of course, Tyrell's brilliant production, I was thinking, this is a very good duo. They understood each other. Tyrell brought her some great content and she knew what to do with it. It just worked. You can tell that this was a very good partnership because they were just, the beats was complimentary of her and she was complimentary to the beats. It's very good. You guys should check out Dirty Gospel, not only for if you want to just enjoy some great production, but also to just get into the artist Mia Sparrow. I feel like she needs some light as well. She's very good at what she does. As I mentioned before, his production is organic. I noticed that he uses many instruments. He can put in a little bit of bass, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of piano, a little bit of whatever. He can put in some wind brass instruments. Like, he's putting in lots of stuff subtly. He's very good at using some basic instruments and make things sound organic. So his music doesn't sound too electronic. And there's nothing wrong with electronic music. Electronic effects and electronic musicality in hip hop is very popular, and it works and it sounds great. But sometimes you do miss hearing that organic, like back to basics, just hearing the instruments in there. And he does that, but in a very, it's subtle, but it's effective and clear what he's doing. So I like his production. It's organic. He can use all sorts of instruments, and he just really flexed his musical capabilities in this EP, I believe. It was a very wholesome EP production wise, because you can just, so many elements were touched in the production. He's really good at creating a very acoustic sounding track, which is great, but it still packs a punch. It still has the umph and the hip that is needed for hip hop and rap, and it's great. So I that's genuinely why I chose Tyrell's production so much. My favorite tracks production wise, you know, listening to it just more so sonically and less focusing less on me and Sparrow and focusing on sonically how it's sounding and why I liked it. My favorite like tracks that in that sense was definitely Not Another Intro. It had an excellent kind of solo instrument at the start, and then it went into some great production. Another track I really liked was You're Welcome, and the third track I really liked was Dirty Gospel. So I'm gonna play snippets of all these tracks so you guys can hear what I'm hearing.
That's how live on the First and foremost, to acknowledge that you and you alone are God.
Yes,
Thank you for all you've done. Amen. The flow splendid, I'm so gifted, the girl is nice. With no gimmick, it goes with it like poltergeist. From the streets talk, ears closed and eyes open, street look like Thriller. Red bones with black hearts, such and vanilla.
There's a sweetness in this production. It just sounds great. What the heck are you doing? And me and Sparrow, of course, you heard her just now. You heard what she can do. I'm telling you guys, don't hesitate to check this album out. I'm gonna play one more track from here that I really liked, which was, I'm gonna say maybe You're Welcome.
I've shown you things that no one else will see. Shared opinions. Never was the type to say I'm in the same. But damn if I ain't tired now of all the games.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, definitely check out this Dirty Gospel album. Check out Tyrell. He's got more beats and stuff that he's produced. So I'll leave the links down to his social media and to this EP down below, so you guys can check him out. Check this music out. Potentially work with him. I don't know who could be watching, but you guys network, you guys get to know each other. That's even another great thing that I'd love to see happening, that people in my episodes, people watch my episodes and think, hey, I want to work with this person. I want him to produce for me. I want him to make some graphic art for me. I want him to do something for me. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for watching my JB's Radar episode. It is now come to an end. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment down below of your thoughts. I'll see you guys all next time.
Fast when it comes to the gas.